Hello everyone, Manithral here, and welcome back to another video on the Revolution update, actually. Now, I said in the video that I was going to probably make a Revolution video. And I'm going to do just that. So, I'm actually going to do it for the current setup I have, which is a two-handed setup. And what I'm going to be going for is I'm going to be going for the full bar. Now this full bar is not recommended for bossing or anything like that. It is recommended for your basic run-of-the-mill, easy peasy kind of Slayer assignments, like maybe your Abyssal Demons if you're pretty proficient at those, or if you have the gear for it. It's more for that. Okay, so for whatever reason, it's not actually... There we go, now it's adjusted. Okay. So, considering how certain things are with Revolution, if you're doing this and if you want to use thresholds and you want to use ultimates, it really depends on what kind of ultimates you want to do, what kind of thresholds you want to do. Now, this guide is going to be very quick and very simple. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your ultimate and put it at the front of the list. And you want to take whatever threshold you want to use first. Personally, I like using Slaughter because I like the damage over time capabilities. And then I want to start taking in my other types of thresholds that I like to use. So as you can see, I have a good source of those coming. Now, what I like to do is I like to take the ability that takes the longest, or maybe a heal ability, and I like putting that up front. The reason being behind that is the other abilities, they don't quite take as long to go through. So, and I always like to put my damage over times up front too, and my damage damage received reduction stuff up front too, because this way I have that reducing before anything else. And as you can see here, I have the smaller ones, and I'm leaving cleave at the back because cleave to me is not really a big deal. There you go. This is how I personally would set this up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back over the threshold here. And I want to fight some of these people right here. Just to show you guys an example of how it's going to go. And as you can see, it's going quite smoothly. Now I am lagging a little bit for that. I do apologize. But the concept is, it's there. There's no question about it. It is there. Now, do keep in mind, moves like Tuska's Wrath has a significantly shorter cooldown if you are not fighting something that is a Slayer's assignment. Wow, that threshold has a huge click box. Okay. But so you can see, it uses my thresholds very easily. It's using them in the order that I would like it to use them. And, I'm not actually needing to really focus a whole lot of attention. I really apologize for the lag. But you can see, as soon as that's ready, it pops it. So, it's going exactly as intended. It's making combat very AFK. But keep in mind, it's only going to be this AFK for certain situations. You're not going to want to do this for bossing. So don't do this for bossing. It'd be a horrible idea. You're going to have a bad time. And even if you're not using it for bossing, if you're using it just for a Slayer assignment, try to be mindful of what you are fighting. And take it from there. But also, don't have these as your main abilities, like your main ability bars. If you want to have an ability bar set up for stuff like this, I would recommend having additional ability bars. Now, I know some people will be like, well, I didn't buy those. I think you can get them from the Solomon General Store. And you can either get them with rune coins or you can get them with loyalty points. If it's through with loyalty points, it's not quite as bad. You just have to let it build up and not get auras for a little while. But it's not too bad. Let's hope I get something really cool. That's not really cool. I'm just going to cash that out. I never use it. But yeah, so you guys got to see a little bit. I know it was a little bit laggy. I'm currently doing an upload, so it kind of messes with things at times. But you guys got to see how it goes. Now, there's a couple things I would like to see added to ability bars like that. I would love to see regular spells added to this. Because currently, okay, I want to just take this one ability, or this one spell here. If I add this to this ability bar, and I go to attack him, it's not going to use that. It's just going to use the very first abilities that are in the task. So it never used that spell. And that is something I would like to see have changed, is to add stuff like spells, or maybe even items or equipables, like sigils. If you could have your sigil on your ability bar, I guarantee you people will be using sigils a lot more often, especially people who use Revolution, because with Revolution, it would automatically be getting used that every 3 seconds, or every 10 seconds, or however long it is. So I think in terms of Revolution, they're making great strides. I just think they need to have those added into it. But that'll actually do it for today's guide. I just wanted to show you a little bit into how the new Revolution bar works. It's not too much different than before. It's just you want to put your ultimates and your thresholds at the very beginning. Or if you don't want to do it that way, you don't have to. But if you're just going for AFK combat, for an assignment that you know is very easy, that you're going to have an easy time doing, I would suggest doing it. It's going to make it a lot easier. But that'll do it for today's video, so thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.